Do you like the format suggestion?
I love the format suggestion, and Adam Silver continues to show why the NBA continues to be leaps and bounds as it relates to progression of the other major sports, in particular the NFL and Major League Baseball. Just look at some of the inroads that happened during All-Star Weekend. Players Association met with the officials to try to iron out their relationship. These are things that create a natural progression. Adam Silver talking about the new seeding format. He understands the two best teams in the NBA right now are the Golden State Warriors in Houston. Why didn't he say this last year or the year prior? Because we actually got the best teams in the finals those last couple of years. Those were Cavs and the Golden State Warriors. So I understand it. I get it. It's something that I've stood on the table about for years for the NBA to change. And I understand while it has to be 1 through 8 in each conference, then you reseed in the playoffs because of the imbalanced schedule. You play 50 teams in your own schedule, you play 32 teams in the other in the other conference. So therefore, this is what creates a level of balance. You get a true champion. And I know, guys, you're going to have strong takes on this one, but following me on this one is going to be like Fergie following Marvin Gaye as we sing the national anthem.
Well, let's be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
You were there.
Listen. And since you brought up Fergie, give her credit. She acknowledged it wasn't her best moment. It's not like she tried to pretend. She acknowledged it, so let's be nice. But here's the deal. 1 to 16, I love it, and here's why I love it. I love the idea of you being accountable to everybody when you're competing. I don't like the fact that even though you play games during the regular season, at the end of the day, you know what, it's the Eastern Conference that you have to be concerned about, or the Western Conference, or you're seating within the Western Conference. I like the fact that you have to look at all 30 teams in the league and take everybody seriously. You can't take anyone for granted because ultimately it can cost you. I love the fact that an Eastern Conference or a Western Conference team have to look across the aisle at one another to see what everybody is doing to make sure that they're up on their game or else, as opposed to, well, this is what's going on within our division or this is what's going on within our conference seedings and we're okay in that regard. I don't like that. I like the fact that you're taking it seriously enough where all 30 teams are held accountable to one another. And I think in the sport of basketball, at this particular juncture, that's very important. In the NFL, it does not matter because of the parity that exists within each conference. The Patriots might be dominant, but we saw Jacksonville, and Jacksonville had a chance. Or you sit there and say Kansas City wet the bed, but they should have been better. Or the Steelers dropped the ball, and they should have been better, et cetera, et cetera. That's entirely different than looking at conferences within basketball and saying, these teams here don't even belong in the same stratosphere as these other teams. They're just on different levels and what have you. There's more parity that exists in the NFL as opposed to the NBA, and that's why I think that 1 to 16 seeding is paramount in this day and age.
Look, I admit I'm a grumpy old man about this stuff, Jalen, Stephen A. I admit it. I don't like things now compared to the way they used to be. The old Dana Carvey, is it? That's right. Now, but let me say this. Sometimes it works out. Baseball wild card. I was against that, just reflexively against it. Wait a minute, wild card in baseball? It's worked. It's really good. Although interleague play in baseball, I really still don't like. I wish they hadn't have done it. I think it takes something off of the World Series now because, you know, the teams could have already played each other. So let me just say this, Jalen. I've heard you stumping for this. You say for a year. It seems to me like for years now. And I think it's a smart idea. Let me tell you ultimately why I'm still not for it. I'm inching in that direction. You've moved me over feels like years, just listening to you on TV, not just in personal conversation, where you've inched me toward it, but I'm still not for it, and I'll tell you why. Yes, I see how you're saying it's 1 through 8, and then you reseed in the playoffs, right? My thing is this. The NBA, best of 7, this is not a fundamentally probabilistic sport like football or baseball where the best team not only doesn't always win, a lot of times doesn't win. It's not the NCAA tournament where a lot of times the best team doesn't win. In the NBA, the best team wins. You got 7 games in a sport where your best players control the action, right? Best team wins. What do I care if the best team really comes out of the conference finals instead of the actual finals? Are we really lamenting, oh, you know what? Houston Rockets are only going to look like the 3rd best team this year, or OKC's only going to look like the 4th best team this year. Really, they may have been the 2nd best team. What are we really arguing about? 3rd and 4th place? Ultimately, we're still going to crown a champion. That champion's still going to have been the best team. And in the meantime, I like the fact, look, guys, familiarity breeds contempt. I like the fact that that within your conference, you have rivalries that get ratcheted up in the playoffs, you know, because the Cavs and the Celtics have been playing each other all year and really hate each other. I like that stuff. I don't want to give that up. I don't want to have the possibility that the Celtics and the Lakers meet in something other than the NBA Finals. So you're making a hell of a case, Jalen, but I'm still clinging on for dear life to the way it is.
I appreciate that, Max, but you lost me at the end when you say you don't want to see who in the Celtics playing in the conference finals? Did you say the Lakers?
And the Celtics.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They won't even be in the playoffs this year.
Well, not this year.
Okay, got it. That's my point exactly. Here's the thing. You protect the division winners, though as Kobe Bryant pointed out, all-time great franchises don't hang division banners. And how about you create new rivalries? You create fresh blood within the league. During the regular season, you only play the team from another conference once on your home floor, once on their home floor. Look at the standings. Imagine Dame Dollar playing against Kyrie Irving in the playoffs. Imagine the Greek Freak getting a chance to go against the Minnesota Timberwolves. These now create new rivalries within the league's infrastructure where you don't have to do a lot of change. I think it's a brilliant idea. Adam Silver continues to be ahead of the curve. There are a lot of things I know he's going to change, but this is one that I think is going to be really nice for fans, really great for players because it infuses fresh blood within the NBA.
My day, we didn't have microwave ovens. You wanted to bake a potato, you had to take the day off of work. And we loved it. Look, I just think, I hear what you're saying. It's like, I don't know if one way is better than the other, in fact. I don't know if you've convinced me it's actually better. This is the system we now have, and I think the main thing that people are lamenting about the present system is the conference finals are really the finals, for example, in a year like this. But that's the way it was in the past, and it was fine. The Lakers and the Spurs and the Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Tim Duncan era, everyone knew the winner of that conference finals was going to be the championship winner eventually, that it was a formality, the actual championship confrontation. And that was okay. It still worked. And that happens in every sport, by the way, where you think, well, even if you're not always right, you think that league championship is actually going to crown the winner. I don't get all bent out of shape about the fact that third and fourth place are perceived as slightly different than maybe the quality that they actually are. As long as you get the right champion, which we get.
Max, you're a traditionalist. You'll come around at some point. Because what do you say when the facts change?
So does my opinion.
Exactly. Jalen, thanks for being with us. We
appreciate it.
Still to come.
Thanks, guys.
This was a moment LeBron would probably like to have back if he moved on from Cleveland again. What would that do to his legacy? Plus, Kirk Cousins is the hottest quarterback on the market, and one team is reportedly willing to do whatever it takes to get him. We'll tell you who that team is. You might be surprised when we come back.
They are allergic to prosperity.
By the way, kids, stay away from all this stuff, okay?
I mean, Lord have mercy, you can't be real about anything.
We're taking game night up a notch.
Uh-oh.
These three couples don't know.
It's a murder mystery party.
The game is real.
What?
You people are in danger.
This is insane!
Baby, hand me those matches.